From the very first verses of Scripture, long before we ever hear the name Jesus, God was already preparing a story of redemption, a story stretching across centuries, prophecies, and covenants, revealing not a concept, but a person. When we follow the path of the Torah, the prophets, and the New Testament, we see a divine plan unfolding with stunning spiritual precision. And it is this plan that reveals the greatest truth. The Messiah has always been present, and his name is Jesus. The Torah is where everything begins. It is there that God plants the first seeds of the Messiah. In Genesis, God announces a descendant who would defeat evil, bringing the first light of the coming Redeemer. Also in Genesis, God promises Abraham that through his offspring, all the nations of the earth would be blessed, a global plan from the very beginning. And in Deuteronomy, Moses declares that God would raise up a prophet greater than himself, someone with direct divine authority. From the very beginning, Scripture builds expectation. The deliverer would come. In the prophets, the picture becomes clearer. In Micah, it is announced that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem. In Samuel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, he is revealed as the heir of the royal line of David, a king whose throne would never end. In Isaiah, the Messiah is called a light to the nations, someone who would reach peoples far beyond Israel. Also in Isaiah, the figure of the suffering servant appears, rejected, pierced, carrying the sins of many. In Jeremiah, God promises a new covenant, not written on stone but on the human heart. And in Daniel, the arrival of the Messiah is placed within a specific moment in history, determined by God himself. Nothing is accidental. Everything is aligned prophecy. When we reach the New Testament, these promises come to life. Jesus is born in Bethlehem, exactly as Micah had announced. He belongs to the lineage of David, as the genealogies preserved by Matthew and Luke confirm. His message reaches all nations, just as Isaiah had declared. He suffers and dies in the exact manner described by Isaiah and foretold in the Psalms. In the Gospels, record every detail of the fulfillment. He inaugurates the new covenant promised in Jeremiah, declaring at the supper, "This is the new covenant in my blood." And on the third day, he rises, fulfilling the ancient promise in Genesis and revealing his victory over evil, over sin, and over death. But one question remains. If Jesus is the Messiah, why has he not brought peace to the world yet? The answer lies in Scripture. The prophets describe two comings. In his first coming, he would arrive as the suffering servant to defeat sin, restore humanity to God, and inaugurate the new covenant. This mission he fulfilled perfectly. In his second coming, he will arrive as king, to judge evil, restore creation, rule the nations, and establish the eternal peace promised in Isaiah. World peace belongs to the coming kingdom. The first coming opened the way, the second will complete the plan. From the Torah to the prophets to the New Testament, we see a continuous and perfect spiritual thread. The promised Messiah would be the one who conquers evil, the blessing to the nations, the prophet greater than Moses, the heir of David, the child of Bethlehem, the suffering servant, the mediator of the new covenant, and the king who brings eternal peace. Jesus fulfills every one of these promises. He has already come, accomplished what was written, and he will return to complete what remains. The name of this living promise is Jesus Christ. If this message touched your heart, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Your support helps this message reach even more hearts. God bless you.